What's up? I'm HUGZ. That's Sam. Welcome to HugZZ. Today we're getting into a very special video, one that has taken way too long to get to. Attack on Titan Season 2 recap. What a video this is going to be.
Oh, Malanta.
Alright.
I miss Attack on Titan.
I feel like it's been, what, like 2 months?
It has been.
It's been like almost 2 months.
The reason that this video is taking so long is
There's a lot of reasons, actually.
Yeah, but the main reason is because your dad passed away, if you guys didn't know.
Yeah.
So we had to take a lot of time
hiatus
for that.
Well, originally we wanted to just give it some time to percolate.
Yes.
And then other things came up. We just never really sat down and got to it. And then my dad passed away. We were gone for about 3 weeks or something with that.
And then coming back, it was like we had
forgot.
We had to kind of like look back over some things and reasons.
Lots of reasons.
Excuses.
But today is the day
yes.
that we're going to be getting into it. And I'm excited because there was something really cool that people had asked us on Discord, some of our patrons and some of our friends, now moderators, because Lynn Blood was the one who originally wanted us to do this, was to look through a listing of characters and basically tell y'all what we thought of them. This is the image. Let me see if I can show that to you real fast. Okay, this is the image of all of the characters that we looked at from the end of Season 1 in our recap video, which was very long. This one, hopefully, will not be as long.
Right.
But we kind of gave a rundown on all the characters, what we thought, what was going on.
Using this exact picture, actually.
Before we get into that, oh, there's an Amber Alert.
Uh-oh.
I was like, my phone is going crazy. Okay, so real quick, before we get into the rundown of the characters, let's talk about Season 2. Season 2, a lot more episodes.
Yes.
A lot more, or less episodes. Hold on,
12,
which one had...
12 and...
Season 1 had... Season 1's the one that
20,
had 20...
Yeah, 24.
Season 20, yeah. Season 2 was short. I'm so confused. I'm back. But anyway, the action was way more intense. We had amazing moments like Advance. We had the Beast Titan reveal of... A lot of people have said a lot of different things of who they say it is, and that makes me feel good because it makes me feel like we haven't gotten spoiled because everybody says different stuff.
But my thing is a lot of people were saying that he didn't have blonde hair, but I think he has blonde hair.
I think he has blonde hair.
I think he has blonde hair, but I've heard some of you say that he doesn't have blonde hair. I don't know. I think it looks pretty obvious that he has blonde hair.
Sunlight doesn't make your entire hair look blonde.
Right.
It just doesn't happen that way.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's blonde. But it could just be like the way the art is done to make us not think that he has brown hair or something. I don't know, because my thing was when we watched it, if that was him on the Beast Titan outside of his shell, then why wouldn't doesn't the Titan have the same color hair as the human?
Well, I mean, in Berthold's case, it doesn't have hair at all.
Well, yeah, and that's what you had said. And I was like, well, it's because it got,
Well, because immediately I thought it was
off.
Aaron's dad. And people agreed with me that it was Aaron's dad, but then other people are like, there's no way that's Aaron's dad. And I was like, I thought it was Aaron's dad, but the hair is what throws me off.
Well, the fact that I would think it was Aaron's dad would be because he's been, missing this whole time. AWOL. And it seems a little fishy.
He's been AWOL.
And the thing that he,
And I'm still team
has,
what's in the basement.
Yeah, well, obviously there's something in the basement because the injection and the, what was it, him being the coordinate? Was the injection him making him the coordinate? Did his dad make him the coordinate?
Is that the special ability that he gave him? So my original idea was that Aaron was essentially had this Titan gene dormant in him and that injection awoke him is what my idea was. But then we saw the way that they did Ymir in them, where she was just a normal person, and then they injected everybody and threw them off the wall, and that turned them into a Titan.
Right.
But...
Was it a certain
Ymir
type
Titan
of injection?
Ate a shifter, though.
Right.
And that's how she could shift.
Right.
But Aaron was just injected, so then wouldn't he have had to have eaten a shifter to be able to shift?
Well, didn't someone say, he doesn't know what he's done or something?
It seemed like it was, really fast that he was back with everybody, though. Unless his dad was a Titan, was a shifter, and he ate his dad. But then that still would mean that
all
Beast
happened
Titan is
really
not
fast
his dad.
then.
All I know, I'm still team
#
what's in the basement. Okay? I need to know. Since this has ever been mentioned, I wanted to know what happened in the basement.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else. Aaron becoming the coordinate is amazing because to me, the change of the fact that he couldn't even really control himself and he struggled a lot with actually coping with his Titan abilities and being able to figure out how to actually turn himself into Titan form at times and things like that. For him to be able to be the coordinate and coordinate other Titans to do things so freely is so cool to me.
Right.
But also really sad.
Yeah.
Because he watched his mom get eaten.
Yep.
By a freaking Titan.
But
and he could have just been like,
but he got to get that Titan that killed his mom and and Hannes.
I was gonna say.
And also
there's one character on the list, just rest in peace.
Yes.
If I had anything to pour out, I poured out. This is empty, so.
Yeah, that was really sad. Yeah, he's on this. He's on this list that we're about to talk about. But also the Mikasa Eren moment that happened. That was super emotional. It
with
kind
the
of
lilies or whatever, the flowers.
Yeah,
and everything. Or that was Ymir and Krista was the flower.
Yeah,
floating down the whatever. But then they were laying in the patch
they were
of
like,
the flowers.
I think the flower has something to do with like.
It was both.
I feel like it has. It was like. It was both, wasn't it? Yeah. Okay.
I think it was while Annie was like pleading to Ymir, and then also they at the same time that scene was happening.
Krista was pleading to Ymir.
Yeah, Krista. Why did I say Annie? I don't know.
I always think because
they will kind of like when Krista.
They look a lot alike, I think.
Historia
facial structure
was pleading with Ymir.
Yeah.
And like they were going through that story. There was also the Mikasa Eren story going on. But there was a lot of emotion this season.
Yeah. There was a
lot of love.
Yeah. And like I always wanted them to be together, Mikasa and Eren, and the way that like, you know, that scene went down, I thought they were gonna kiss, but then they didn't. But
it's like a romantic comedy. They won't do.
But I don't know. I'm kind of
like you always go out of frame.
I'm kind of like on the fence though, because it's like I kind of like their relationship just being like brotherly and sisterly, but
siblingy.
Yeah, siblingy.
Siblingy with their watches.
Blingy with the scarf. Put some blingy on the red scarf.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of what else I want to talk about. That's separate from like getting into the individual characters.
Right.
The OVAs, we got to see.
Oh my gosh, more about Levi, which we can talk about whenever we get to him.
Really cool, Levi and Erwin.
Yes.
Gotta give MVP of the season, MVP of the show to Erwin.
Yeah.
My favorite scene of the entire show.
Advance.
The man's getting eaten by a Titan, his arm freaking all up in it, screaming to advance against the rest of the Titans.
Yep.
Even though he's in, at that point we thought certain death. Mm-hmm. OG moment of life.
Right.
Thought that was the coolest thing ever.
Super emotional.
Mm-hmm.
And also, like, the whole, like, Ymir, she, like, pet Krista and, like, ran off kind of thing. Like, that, like, took so much strength for her to leave her, I think, who she cares so much about, to
I think it makes her safer.
Go.
I think it's not just about Ymir. It is about Historia being safer.
Yeah. Because she knew, like, she felt comforted that she would be safe.
All right, you ready to jump into characters?
Yes.
All right, let's start at the back of the list because it builds up towards more of the main characters. So we'll start with Hannes.
Hannes, so sad. Rest in peace, man. He was going to fight that Titan.
Father-like figure, I would say, for Eren.
Yeah.
For all the kids. For Eren.
He wanted to get revenge.
Mikasa and Armin.
Yeah.
Well, and he was there. What's so, like, bittersweet about it was he was going to, like, defend them, to save them, and to kind of get a little bit of, I don't know, get back a little piece of him that he lost the first time he saw that Titan eat Eren's mom.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then to die in that way.
And then Eren had to watch it. It was the same motion.
Exactly.
The same exact, like, motion and everything. Mm-hmm. And then...
great guy. Was a drunkard, kind of avenged himself, or at least cleared his name that he is a strong warrior.
Gave one of the most emotional speeches, too. talking about, you know,
so
how it just wasn't the same without them all together.
Showed he's a true hero and not just a drunk.
Yeah.
All right, Hanji.
Hanji, she's crazy.
She's crazy.
Absolutely crazy. Love her.
We found out through this season that she's a lot crazier than I thought she was going to be, in like a mad scientist type of way.
Yeah.
At first I thought she was going to be crazy in like a Sasha type of way, which Sasha changed, in my opinion, from what we thought of her first season.
Right.
But I thought Hanji was going to be more of like kind of a laughable, like jokey kind of, you know, laugh at her character.
Mm-hmm.
But she is low key, I think she could be on the, not necessarily evil side, but on the, if it were to further her knowledge of Titans or to further her knowledge of science to do something that was morally ambiguous,
right,
she would lean more towards the gray area to do things that might not necessarily be right. But I don't think she's evil. But she does have that evil scientist vibe, in my opinion. Right.
And like, I don't know. I don't feel like we learned like a whole lot more about her, like individually.
As an individual, yeah, I don't think
but so. She had different parts in the story that she was a part of.
Well, she pulled over that map or whatever and was figuring stuff out, and
and
when she was messed up, so it showed she had a lot of strengths.
And she also was like the one that was explaining that Reiner and Berthold were from outside.
That the town had turned into Titans as well.
Right.
Which we'll get into that when we get over to Connie.
Yes.
All right. So next in line, are you done with Hanji?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, like no different, like no like character development. Like really, it was just more. I think just
she was more used as like a plot device, like different things she found out were plot devices.
Right.
All right, Erwin, my MVP for the season. My MVP for the season. My MVP for the show so far.
Yeah, we learned a lot about him through No Regrets as well.
We didn't really learn that much about him. We learned about his relationship with Levi.
Right.
But most of what we learned through the OVA was about Levi's childhood.
Yeah, but we also learned like him
early adulthood
and how he met him.
Yeah,
and,
but I'm saying as far as like Erwin, we didn't learn too much about who he is as a person or his background.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was mostly about their relationship and predominantly about Levi and his relationships with friends before.
I mean, yeah, like I think it definitely had more to do with Levi, but I got a better understanding of where Erwin came from and that side of their relationship.
See, I didn't, because he came off as like
a jerk.
That's what I'm saying. Like he came off. I don't know how they got from where they were to like him essentially to where Levi was gonna kill him, and that whole situation to him being like forced to be in the scout squad essentially, and then they're like BFFs now.
Right, and that's why I'm thinking like there has to be something in the middle there.
But
I'm hoping we figure out.
I also want to know before. How did Erwin get to the point he was at?
Yeah. Why
is he the way he is?
Like, what do you mean? Why is he the way he is to Levi?
To everybody. Like, the fact, like, how did he, was there a Titan moment in his life? Or is that just how he's been his whole life, where he was very, like, rigid and kind of, he's got this quiet determination. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. He's kind of cold.
And we thought he was shady all throughout season 1 and even into season 2. So I'm like, what? That has to have...
the whole thing, like, that happened, like, the advance, and, like, you saw that other side of him, but then we saw No Regrets, and I'm like, don't really like him.
That's why I want to see the pre-story.
Exactly.
I need to see how...
Like, because I know, like, now, like, present, he's good. Like, I think he's a good person.
Because even with No Regrets to me, though, he's still a mystery.
Yeah.
He really is.
I don't know. I just saw him as being kind of a douchebag.
Oh, yeah. But I'm saying, like, we don't know what... Like I said, we don't know what's made him the way he is. Like, we don't know what adversities he'd come to at that point. How did he raise up in the ranks?
Yeah. Like, why is he like that?
Yeah. That's what I want to know.
Yeah, and I definitely want to see that, too. I want to see that. I want to see between... End of No Regrets Part 2 and...
How they kind of come together.
Yeah, Season 1.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I love Erwin. MVP of the season, MVP of the show. But I still feel like he's a mystery. I feel like because he's the one character... Let me see. Let me look at everybody.
And he's got some bushy eyebrows, too.
He is the one character who's had the least character development, the least story background. Which we talked about Sasha before, had no background. We talked about Krista before, had no background.
Connie didn't have any.
Yeah, I mean, there was all these characters, and now I feel like out of all of the characters, as I'm looking at them here to like think about it, Bertolt is still kind of a mystery to me, a little bit.
He's just so quiet.
Yeah.
But we know a lot more about him.
We know a lot more about him and Reiner now. But I kind of want to know more about their third friend.
Yeah.
And why they were all, like,
right
together and what their story is. But overall, I feel like...
we know he was a Titan shifter, and we know that he had the speed
But
claws,
who sent them and who, you know, why were they together and why were they sent at, like, 9 or whatever to go to the wall?
Right.
Like, what was that? Who is the Beast Titan, the one who's the leader? You know, there's still a lot to find out there. But overall, out of all the characters, I feel like Erwin is the one who we know the least about.
Yeah. Oh, I definitely agree with that.
But awesome.
Yeah.
Without knowing anything about him, MVP.
I don't know. I feel like because we don't know a whole lot about him, I feel like he's super fishy.
Yeah,
something about him. I've never really
I just always feel
him.
like he knows more than he's saying.
Exactly.
Because when they caught Annie in the woods, remember? Him and Levi were like chatting and stuff, and I was like, man.
He knows
I just
stuff.
feel like he knows way more than he was giving off. Alright, but that brings us to the next guy. Levi. Badass to the max.
Yes. Just like has like that skill in him to use that ODM gear. Like he like taught himself.
No regrets. Watching him do that before he's even in the freaking Scout Regiment, it's like, wow. Like you said, taught himself.
They didn't believe that he like didn't have any training.
Well, it's like not even just taught himself and was outrunning people who had been trained by the military, was outmaneuvering these people that were professionals at using it. This amateur, this dude who stole the gear and was just like, oh, let's figure this out.
Yeah.
Competing at a level like beyond. And not only using the gear, but his ability in battle.
Yeah. And he's like fearless. Like they're like, oh, you know, the little wooden titan, fake titans or whatever. He just was like, oh, okay, you know.
Well, he was afraid his friends were going to die, and they did. Which was really sad.
Yeah.
And also...
that was terrible.
We talked about the correlation between... what was her name? The girl
Isabel?
And then Petra.
Petra, yeah. Because... I don't know, they kind of looked similar.
And it's also the same kind of idea that, like, his friends died in battle. The people that he was, like, close to allowed himself to be open to. It reminded me of when Petra died.
Petra, yeah. Because, I don't know, to me, Petra and Isabel favor. Because they have, like, the red hair and, like, the greenish colored eyes, I believe. They look alike.
Favor is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Is that a Southern thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. They look alike. And so I think like him losing Petra, like it made that mean a whole lot more to me after knowing that he had to see Isabel, like, you know, decapitated.
I feel like Levi's life has just been kind of like a shit show after shit show.
The song, Levi's song.
Which one is that?
It's like it's like German, right? It's like
a lot of them are German.
Yeah, but it's
is it the Vogel one or whatever?
No. That one's in episode 6, season 2. But it's the Levi song one, the one that is playing during No Regrets.
Levi's song. Which one? The Levi song.
It's like the song that's played
through No Regrets.
Through No Regrets.
That helps more. That was good. Yeah. I remember liking that song. I don't remember the song, but I remember liking it.
Right.
My favorite song, though, I think, was Ymir's. What was that song?
Call of Silence?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's a good song.
I think that was my favorite song in the series.
Yes. So the moment for Levi, too, where he lived underground and then he went up, and then as he was riding out with them at the end of the No Regrets, and there was like that split second of them going under that little tunnel, and it was like he like flashed back.
The birds.
And then that was just so emotional. Like so good. I loved really that. Cool.
Also, still kind of feel like I don't know too much about him, like his life before that one scenario. Like, we got to know that he had these friends, that he was, like, in this little group of thieves, but, like, I don't know.
Where did he come from? Like, why was he...
I assume he was just, like, an orphan.
How did he get the gear?
Stole it.
He stole it,
But I would like to see that
like...
go down, and the circumstances that came to that. I don't know. Like, I feel like we did get backstory about him, but just not enough to where I feel like I know him. But I feel like Levi's the type of guy that you don't know.
Yeah.
Like, there's always that one dude that you're friends with. You really don't know that much about him. Other than, like, you're his friend. You do stuff. You get along. Like, you've just been together forever because of a circumstance. And then you're like, but I really don't know anything about him. What's your favorite color, man?
Yeah.
What's your favorite
Do you
football
have a middle
team?
name?
Do you even enjoy sports? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he's that character. Like, he's that guy that you'll never really know that much about him.
Right. It's like, I don't know. And he's just so mysterious. Like, the way his personality is, he's just very, like...
It's like a ninja.
Quiet and, like, yeah. That's a good way to put it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Our cat's looking cute right now over there. I can't move the camera to show you, but she
Aww.
looks adorable. All right, move on?
Move on.
All right, Ymir.
Holy poop. Holy poop!
One of the coolest, well...
One of my favorite characters.
Until the reveal, until the wall reveal, the coolest transformation to me.
Yeah.
Where she jumps off the castle.
Yeah.
Okay? But I'm still going to say it was the coolest reveal.
Yeah, I think it was the coolest reveal just because... The way she did it was so epic. She just ran and she jumps and she goes
in midair like Thundercats.
Like, ah! And like I freaked out. If you haven't seen that reaction, you need to go watch it.
One of the best reactions I think of the series that we've had.
Whenever I watch our reaction back, I like get like all like blushy and smiley because it makes me so happy.
That's pretty legit. Overall, as a character, she was really a throwaway in season 1 for us. We didn't care too much about her at all because she had no character development. Mm-hmm. We come to find out she was like chosen to like be a princess or something by some cult.
Yeah.
And then they were punished by what looked like the wall cult, but from not at the wall. Like it was outside of the wall, so I don't know. But they were dressed up and they looked like the people that were in the wall cult.
Right.
And I don't know.
I don't know either. Exactly.
Yeah.
I need to go back and rewatch that because that was kind of like blurry for me. Like exactly like.
Also, this froze for a second, so if I was thrown off there for a second, but I don't know if y'all are seeing this freeze or not. If it's just on our end, so apologize if this video freezes. It's been acting weird. But then they get thrown off the wall. She's injected. She's a Titan.
Right.
We see her story. And then her friend, we believe, was a Titan from Elsie's Notebook.
Right. Oh my gosh. Also, it said that she roamed around as a Titan
60 years.
For 60 years, which tells me it posed that whole like theory that I had that whenever they're in Titan form, they don't age.
Yeah.
So it also kind of goes back to the whole Eren. If he was a Titan before, did he just not age? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's why I said I think that it was just a dormant thing. I feel like he wasn't a Titan. You get what I'm saying? I feel like he was just a kid, and the injection like awoke the gene or gave him the Titan gene.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you can just give like a normal person the injection and make them a Titan, then because that's what happened with Ymir.
Yeah, but I'm saying we saw Eren get the injection though, like right there in between them going and like right after the attack.
Yeah.
So he wouldn't have been a Titan for any period of time. Because you just said we don't know how long he'd been a Titan, right? Right,
but like you said that he had enough time to like eat his dad and everything. When would he have eaten his dad?
Right when he got the injection. Injection, Titan, yum. Like literally it would take 5 minutes. You know, like
yeah,
that was quick.
Because like he ate his dad and then he like became a human again.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If his dad was a Titan all along, a Titan shifter, and then does the thing to his son, and then the son's like, and then.
But then wouldn't any like pain inflicted at all throughout his entire childhood make him turn into a Titan?
That's what I'm saying. It was dormant. I think that he wouldn't have been a Titan. Like his dad would have given him the shot. Okay.
That was my boo.
So he wasn't a Titan.
Okay.
His dad gives him the shot. He turns into a Titan. Immediately eats his dad, who I believe to be a Titan shifter, and then he immediately would have turned back into a human, just like Ymir did.
Okay. And then it became dormant.
What do you mean?
How would it become dormant?
Because he didn't know he had to do the whole
But isn't it any pain inflicted?
No, he had to bite his hand because he got the kicked out of him numerous times. Even after he found out he was a Titan, he's gotten himself handed to himself.
So, but I thought it was just inflicted pain because it's
he had to bite and he had to have a...
Yeah, but then, Annie just has her ring.
That's
and then
Annie.
Ymir has her cut
Ymir.
The hand. And
he had to have a thing, a goal in mind.
Right, and I know that. It's just... I don't know.
So it's a specific circumstance. Because he couldn't even trigger it when he wanted to trigger it.
Well, yeah, but I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I don't know.
And when it did randomly trigger, it randomly triggered specifically. Okay, let's see the other scenario. He's been this the whole time.
Well, that's not possible. He would know.
How would he know? If he just... The only time that he had randomly shifted is after he was eaten by the Titan. So how would he know? If you were a Titan your whole life, okay, and then next year you get eaten by a Titan, and then that's when you turn, and that's when you figure it out, you've been a Titan your whole life, you didn't know. You know what I'm saying? How would he know? How does somebody know they can do something until they can? If
you said you mean he's been a Titan shifter? He's had the ability to become a Titan?
Well,
but he's just been a human.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That could be the other scenario.
Oh, okay.
My scenario is he wasn't. His dad gives him the shot. His dad was a shifter. He eats the dad. Turns back into a human form.
Yeah.
What I'm saying in the other scenario would be he's been this the whole time. And then maybe his dad just gave him the thing that makes him the coordinate.
Mm.
My original theory was that he was a Titan his whole life. And...
A Titan shifter?
Yeah. Or, at that point I didn't know there was the Titan shifter thing.
Yeah, but you do now. So, you mean he had the ability to be a Titan his whole life?
Yeah. And his dad, in the basement, had made it dormant. His dad had, suppressed his ability so he wouldn't turn into a Titan. And then after the attack, what he injected was to reawaken it.
Okay.
That was my original theory. But that was also before I knew about the Titan shifter thing, and that's why now I'm thinking maybe his dad was a shifter. Same idea, but his dad was a shifter, he ate his dad, and now he can shift.
Word.
I don't know. Because otherwise it's hard to explain how long he's had the ability, or why, or how it's gone down. And if his dad did give him the injection when he did, how come he never changed during all the fights that he'd had? If he would have had a set goal in mind to defeat someone in a fight, and if he got pain inflicted on him when he had the goal of beating someone, why wouldn't he tighten up?
Yeah. Especially with all the rage he had.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I just don't know what clicked with him inside of the Titan, just something clicked where he was just able to push his way through,
I don't know.
And tighten up.
Tighten up. It's like manning up, but you gotta tighten up.
I don't know. His whole situation with the injection and how he became a Titan and
the dad,
how he, everything, it's just, I don't even know.
Well, I feel like even though he's probably the character we've gotten the most backstory on, the parts that we need are still missing. The very small segments of time, what happened in the basement, what happened specifically with his dad there, what did his dad know, what did his dad do?
Yeah.
And where's his dad
So are we
now?
gonna skip Aaron when we get to him?
Yeah.
Because we turned Ymir into Aaron.
Yeah, we pretty much went all into Aaron. But anyway, Ymir, we originally didn't think about her, and now...
She's one of my favorite characters.
She's awesome.
Epic reveal, epic, whole entire story.
I was going to say, mainly the reason that I love her is because of her backstory with Historia and their current love / friendship.
Yeah.
I don't know how to... So you think it's more of a relationship thing? I think of it's more like a BFF thing.
No, I definitely see it as a relationship.
But I've seen people on both sides, because people argue in our comment sections and stuff, and some people will say that is a relationship, and other people will say it's not. So I don't know.
I think it's a relationship.
I feel like it's not.
I think it's a relationship.
I don't know. To be decided. To be determined.
TBD.
But probably the best reveal.
Yes.
Out of all the
Oh,
Titans.
for sure.
Okay. I feel like Bertolt and Reiner we should just do together.
Yeah.
Because...
That's the Colossal and the Armored Titan.
The wall is amazing. Now, when I say best reveal, I'm talking about Ymir coming off the wall, slicing herself, turning into a Titan. Them finding out about, like Reiner's walking up, like, hey, dude, so we're the Colossal, and, like, we're the Armored and Colossal Titan, like, what up?
Yeah.
That was so awesome.
Yeah.
That was so awesome. That was the best, like, reveal of a secret identity.
Right.
You know what I mean? As far as them laying it out like that. But they already knew.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what's funny is the way Aaron played it off, the way everybody kind of played it off when they already knew.
Right.
Was really cool.
But, like, the thing is, they were so nonchalant about it.
Yeah.
They were just so, like, so we're the Colossal Titan, Armored Titan.
I still remember Reiner being hurt and, like, wheeling himself up the thing, and I was like, did he climb up the wall with one arm?
Oh, my gosh.
That was cool.
That's hilarious. But no, like, that and then leading into the fight where he was, Reiner was fighting Aaron, that was crazy
right down
intense.
The wall.
Yeah.
That was amazing. And then Bertolt falling.
Yes.
From the top.
Yes.
The ribs breaking. But what I think with Reiner and Bernholt is the craziest thing is Reiner's, like, PTSD.
Yeah.
Where he forgets and then kind of remembers, and the whole thing with the warrior. We are the warrior, you know.
Yeah. And then they stole Aaron and Ymir, ran off. That was... And then we had the whole Armin scene and Mikasa scene where they're trying to, like, talk
Save
to them
them
and, you know...
Save Aaron and Ymir.
Yes.
Which...
By using Annie.
Well, there's two components here, okay?
There's so much that happened.
Both super epic. Armin pulls the Annie card, okay? Which was really cold.
Yeah.
Talking about Annie being tortured and screaming, whatever.
Yeah.
But Mikasa... in that Ymir moment, talking to Historia, wow, that was cold.
Freaking blank ass look on her face.
That was cold.
It's just like
blooded.
Hey, you don't mess with Aaron. From Mikasa, like she's like, you don't mess with him.
But overall,
she'll do anything.
We found out the big reveal, Reiner and Bertolt being Armin and Klaus Titan. But still a lot of room in their backstory to find out who they are. From season 1, kind of background characters. We didn't really care too much about them. We thought they were cool. We both really thought Reiner was going to be something. We pretty much called that.
Yeah. That
he was going to be in some way because of the Annie thing with the smoke. Right. Or the steam.
Yeah, but the way he broke through her hand.
We really thought there was something up with that.
Yeah.
We really thought there was something up with that.
And then come to find out he wrote on her hand stuff with the sword. Which is so crazy. Like,
that's awesome. But honestly, I mean, there's not a ton to talk about with them still. Other than the obvious reveal.
Right. Which was huge.
I mean, they had some of the biggest moments of the show. But again, there's a lot of missing time in the middle of their story, you know, from before they got sent to the wall. Also, I kind of want to see them and Annie... like what was going on with them this whole time they've been training or whatever. Like, have they been meeting up and having like secret meetings?
Right.
I'm interested in that.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I don't really have anything else to add as far as they go.
Yep.
I want to see more about Bertolt. I feel like
he's so quiet.
I just feel like there's more to Bertolt's story than Reiner. Like, I feel like Bertolt is, like, special in some way. And I don't know if that's just because he's the Colossal Titan that I feel that way, but I just feel like there's something special about him.
He's so big. Like, what makes, like, the different sizes and, like, the abilities? Like, is there certain ranks? And I had said, does, like...
Oh, the Titan abilities come with, like, nobility or...
Yeah. So...
Marco... dead. Rest in peace.
R.I.P. Everybody on the right of the screen is...
They still talk about him. in season 2 and stuff.
The right of the picture, anyway.
But it is what it is. Connie, come to find out, his family were Titans.
Yes, his mom.
Yeah, but that whole town we believe were Titans.
Right. And he saw his mom. Oh, that's so sad.
That was messed up. And it was Reiner
that told him
talked
no,
him out of
you're
leaving.
Crazy.
Or talked him
Which
out
is
of
so
staying.
mean. Like, he's the one who was like, oh, come on, you're just getting in your head. There's no way that's your mom. Mm-hmm. Boy, you knew.
But otherwise, Connie kind of background character still.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Until we find out more about his family and where he's from.
Now I'm wondering, is Connie's family, were they Titans? Or did they come through and like inject the people and turn them into Titans?
I don't know.
To like cause chaos. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, Connie, kind of still a background character. Funny kid. He's kind of losing his innocence as it goes, like a lot of them are.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, Historia. Biggest character arc of the season.
Yes.
As far as background development and the love story between her and Ymir.
Mm-hmm.
And, we find out Krista wasn't even her real name, which is a big thing.
Right.
And she's the daughter of an affair of like I think it was a leader of the Wall cult or something like that, some bigwig in the Wall cult. And there's something more to her because she was even talking to Ymir about her family. Mm-hmm. And Ymir's like, yeah, that's why I'm with you. So I want to know specifically, like, what's the deal with their family? What's going on with that?
Right.
What's the whole workaround?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I feel like there's a lot more we still need to learn about.
I feel like there's a lot more
that.
about her character. And I want to see, the breakdown with Ymir when Ymir ran away the first time. And then Ymir begging, essentially, Reiner Bertold to get Historia Krista. I keep switching between what I say, but that, her, like, saying, we have to take her, we have to save her,
Right.
Just heart-wrenching, like,
yeah.
It was super emotional. It was basically at Eren Mikasa level.
Yeah.
Which is saying something in this season.
For sure.
Do you have anything to say about her specifically?
No, you pretty much said everything.
Well, what?
I just don't want to repeat everything you're saying.
Well, go ahead. I know the biggest character, or the biggest, like, story arc for you has been Ymir and Krista. So was there anything specifically in the story that stood out to you, or?
Well, just the whole, like, just their relationship, and then the stuff that happened on the mountain, the snowy mountain, and then the name thing.
Well, what did you think about the reveal, though?
Which reveal?
Ymir.
We talked about it,
that, but we talked about on Ymir's side. But I'm talking about what about on Krista's side? Do you not remember her reaction and how she was like, she kind of freaked out, and then she's like, I still trust you, or whatever.
Well, yeah, she like had her back 100%.
But it was like an emotional moment. It was like,
yeah, and then she said her name because like that was their promise.
Yeah.
And I loved whenever we found that out because like she learned of her, then she told her real name. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was cool.
But it was like super emotional when Krista's like pleading on the top of the wall, and like Ymir was starting to lose. Mm-hmm. And you remember her like screaming out to her, you know what I mean?
Oh my gosh, and then the whole like, I didn't even get to tell you my name. That was so emotional.
I know that meant, that's why I'm like, I want you to remember, and like, cause you were, that was a huge moment for you.
Definitely remember.
That was a huge moment for you.
She was just like so fearless, running out there even though the Titans were all around. Yeah. Definitely remember it.
That was cool. It was cool for me.
And then whenever she said her name, Ymir smile, I was like, oh my gosh.
It was cool for me. And what's weird, like when we do these, like we do reaction videos, and I don't really watch other channel reaction videos because a lot of it's like stuff that will either react to in the future, or some people I'll go back if it's like a big moment and I'll watch it. But mostly I enjoy watching your reaction in real time as we do things. And that was like one of the bigger things for you. Yeah. Was that the Ymir reveal on the Ymir side was huge for both of us. Mm-hmm. But you were so into like that moment for Krista.
Well, it was just because like Krista's so like like, I don't know, she just seemed so innocent and cute. And then, like, the way she just was, like, fearless running through the Titans, you know, to go make sure Ymir was okay. It's just, like, even if it's not, like, a relationship, even if it's, like, just, like, really close friendship, like, I have friends that, like, they mean everything to me, and it's, like, I would totally, like, I understand that. I understand that, like, love, that friendship, you know?
Word. Yeah. Okay, Sasha.
Sasha's legit. Sasha, we learned about her dad and that whole situation.
Hanzo.
She legit stabs that Titan in the eyeball, which wasn't that Titan, like, Connie's dad, we found out?
Yeah, I think somebody said that's who it was. It was definitely one of the people from his village.
And it looked like
the family member.
The family photo, yeah. Like, and that, we went and looked at that, and that was crazy. But yeah, she, like, stabbed that to save the little girl, which I want to know what happened with the little girl. Yeah. And we still don't know exactly how she got...
Well, she went with the dad. She went with the... Remember, they rode back on horseback and got her.
Well, they went with the dad, her, and the little girl and Sasha, but, like, what ended up happening with that little girl after that?
I don't know. I just assume they have some village of random.
I guess it really doesn't matter.
Somewhere.
I just think, like, where's the little girl? Is she okay? She probably traumatized as she saw her mother getting eaten.
But it was really cool because Sasha, again, was a character who kind of came in. We really loved her. And then she disappeared into the background.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then she came in with, like, this huge thing. But then she's kind of disappeared again.
Yeah.
Like, towards the end of season 2, I feel like she kind of just,
But she had her big story arc, though, where it showed, like, her whole family and all that. Like, it's way different. Like, the first time she came in, it was, like, it was a cool story, but this is, like, giving us a lot of character development for who she is. Yeah. Because it also showed her with Ymir and Krista, and, like, Ymir kind of making fun of her, and, like, all that stuff, too.
Yeah. But then I still feel like she's kind of fallen back the end of season 2.
I think, I get what you're saying. I feel like the end of season 2, though, just because of what all was going on, the action-wise of, like, the whole, you know, Titan fight and the Bertolt and Reiner, and it was all, like, central to that specific core of people for the story. Right. But I think she had some of the bigger, like, story arc of the season. Mm-hmm. Way more than I thought she got in season 1.
No, we had an entire episode basically just revolved around her, and I loved that, you know.
I still think she's really cool. It showed that she's more than kind of a joke. Season 1, she was like, oh, where's the food? I'm Potato Girl. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And then she, the way that she knew, like, you know, I need to just stab this Titan in the other eye so I can get away.
Mm-hmm. The fact that... Bless you. One more again.
I'm good. Thanks.
Okay. But yeah, the fact that she wouldn't leave it to chance. Right. When she drew that arrow to save that girl, she had to jump up and put herself at risk. Right. Again, showing how heroic these people really are. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm speeding up a little bit because we're already over like 40-something minutes. I was like, we're going to make this video shorter than the hour one that the last one was. Probably going to be about an hour again. Yeah. Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie?
You're in your little walnut.
She's in her little walnut. I keep feeling like she's been in there forever, but really it's just days.
It's been a couple days.
Because we had that whole, like, reverse story where it, like, went way back before the battle, and then all that stuff that went down, and then finding out that it was Annie beforehand for the reveal, and then, of course, the other Titan reveals. So pretty much, Annie's not really been... I mean, she's been mentioned. She's been used as a threat to the other Titans that they were torturing her. Otherwise, not really a lot to talk about for this season.
Right. Yeah, not much at all.
I don't know. Which just sucks because I love Annie. I think she's one of the coolest characters from the first season.
I just want to know how she's going to get out of her walnut. Like, what does she need to do?
I don't know. You got to get a really big nutcracker. Yeah. That's what I think.
I wonder if, like, Colossal Titan can just go...
Jean. We talked about this before we turned on the camera. Really not a lot to talk about that I can think of. I know there was like a moment where he had like a speech, but I don't remember what it was. Like it wasn't memorable to me to this point.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like he's just so far in the back that it's kind of sketchy.
Well, I feel like he was he played a very predominant role in season 1. Mm-hmm. And then in season 2, he's kind of been more of a background character for the majority of the season.
Now, we had thought that whenever Colossal Titan picked up Eren, that he had picked up someone else as well. Mm-hmm. And we were like, did he pick up Jean too? Is Jean like someone special,
mm-hmm.
you know? Because it's like, I feel like he's one of the bigger characters, but he is so far in the back that I'm like, why are they like what's up with him? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, is his time over? Like, was it just a season 1 thing?
I think I just chalk it up to ensemble cast, and there's so many people, and there was that one storyline for the majority of the end of the season here that just revolved around specific characters.
Yeah.
I guess that's what it comes down to for me.
Yeah. I can see that.
So we talked about Eren, but overall, was more of kind of a background character this season than he was in the first season. It became more of an ensemble casting overall of all the characters than just like Eren centric.
Right. Well, we had also said like he became like one of like the background characters, but then as soon as the whole coordinate thing happened, I'm like, all right, well, he shot back up to like a main character because that just like that gives him more of
credibility
and yeah.
But he did kind of. It felt like he wasn't. Everything didn't revolve around it anymore.
Which I liked. I liked that we got to learn more about everyone else and everyone else's story and like current story, backstory. But I'm glad it's bringing it back to him too now.
I want to get to Mikasa first. We'll finish with Armin because I have more to say about Armin, I think. Mikasa, really, she was kind of a quieter character in season 1. She's also been the most intense character overall. Like, her and Levi, to me, are the battle gods.
Yeah.
And her love for Eren is so strong. But she also was, like, really, like, cold, hard killer this season.
Yeah. She was just, like, enough screwing around. Like, we need to, like, do this. And we need to make decisions. And, you know what I mean? It was, like, save Eren at all cost. Make sure Eren's protected at all cost.
Exactly.
Super savage.
And
then she kind of broke down.
Died.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And then she kind of broke down there whenever Hannes died, and you know the whole thing with Eren, like right before, and you know the Titan was coming at him and everything. She I think she kind of for a second there gave up. Mm-hmm. She kind of broke down. She was like, you know, this is basically like just like told him that she loved him in a way, you know, and then, you know, he was like, punch, coordinate reveal, and blah, blah, blah.
See, I don't think she gave up. I get where you're coming from with that, though. Like, I get that. I think it's just one of those things where it's like, not even that she gave up, she was just done. She was just spent to the point where there's no giving up or trying harder or anything. Like, it was just, you've given all that you have and you just have no more, and it's just, she was empty.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
And that's what I mean by giving up. Like, she was just like, this is it. Like, you know, she just accepted defeat. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I'm trying to remember exactly her, like, end scene with her and Eren.
She kind of fell apart on him.
Yeah, she definitely fell apart. But I don't know if I'd say she accepted defeat.
Her strong character, like, I feel like she just, like, fell apart and was, like, basically just wanted to let him know how she felt or something at the very end there.
See, and what I would say, too, is it showed her humanity. Because she had kind of, like I said, she kind of went off into cold-blooded killer mode. She kind of become this more... I don't know how to say it, like, other than cold. This very single-minded individual who is just like, I don't give a damn anymore about being people's friend. I don't give a crap anymore about, you know, being diplomatic in the way that I handled things, like the way she was talking to Historia and stuff. Like, I'm just done. This is what's happening. I will kill whoever I have to kill to get to Eren. And then when you see somebody who's like that, it's like Levi. It's like if Levi had a moment of weakness, it would show some humanity, because he's kind of like a robot right now. You know what I mean? Like, he's just a killing machine. And I feel like that's how Mikasa was going in that direction. And then it kind of reminded us, like, hey, like, she's just a young girl who's trying to live in this world, and she loves him, and she, you know what I mean? Yeah. It was almost like she's not perfect.
Yeah.
She's not a robot. She's not meant to be this killing machine. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's what it meant to me. And I feel like having those moments is really important for me to connect to a character, other than just like, oh man, he's like Levi, oh man, he's awesome, he just freaking wrecks people up. Having that moment in No Regrets, having the moment with Petra, was like, oh man, like, Levi's just a dude.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, like, Levi's just a guy who's in a situation, and he loves, he hurts, and it's like seeing that with Mikasa was the same type of thing.
Yeah.
But God, I love Mikasa.
Yeah.
I love her because she's like a razor-bladed flower. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with that.
I don't know. But I think...
Armin?
Well, I'm just... With Mikasa and Eren, again, we're going Ymir Krista route, Ymir Historia route. Is it love, or is it brotherly love?
I don't know.
Because there I could see it more of like a relationship love, but I want it to be a brother-sister thing.
Well, see, like, I think, because there was that one comment made about, like, a relationship or whatever, and she, like, blushed and stuff. So I'm wondering if almost, like, she feels that way about him.
But he doesn't feel that way about her.
I mean, but he does. We don't know. I
That's
have no
saying,
clue.
yeah.
I have no clue what he would feel.
We just haven't really seen anything from his side that would show that he does.
Mm-mm.
But I kind of want it to just be like a brother-sister thing. Because I feel like they're family.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel. I would like her and Armin.
Mikasa and Armin. I was about to say that, yeah.
Okay, so let's get to Armin.
Armin. Epic speech.
Very good at epic speeches.
Epic, yeah. Almost. So smart, too. Very, very smart. But the whole, like, using Annie, the thought to use Annie to, like...
Annie's a thought.
Yeah.
T-H-O-T. She a thought.
She a thought.
She a thought.
But yeah. You're funny.
So what else do you think? Do you have anything else that's like specific to Armin, or because
I mean, no, like the only thing that I can really remember that really stood out to me was the using the Annie, the speech that he gave, like during all that stuff that was going down, like whenever they had Eren, the Colossal Titan had Eren.
My question, and this is my other theory of who the Beast Titan could be. Why don't we know? We know Armin's family was outside the wall. They talked about all the things that were outside the wall. They had that book or whatever, you know, they looked through as kids, and like it was in the flashback of when Eren was eaten or whatever, you know what I'm talking about? And is that Armin's dad? Blonde hair, outside the walls. Because really, we were talking about Erwin. Really, Armin don't know anything about his childhood other than he got bullied.
Yeah. And
was friends with Mikasa and Eren. What else do we know about him?
Not much.
We don't know anything about him. We really have no backstory on him whatsoever. And you would think he's the most interesting character of them all because he has knowledge of outside the walls.
And remember, like, whenever he would always talk, that one time he told Eren that his parents, like, went outside the walls and stuff. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They had that book of all the stuff.
And that was my first thought with Annie, was that it was...
that they were related?
Eren's mom.
Oh, Armin's mom. Yeah, you did. Yeah. Well, yeah. At first I was like, hold on, you said Annie was Armin's mom, but the Titan. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I got confused for a second. I was like, wait, how would it be Armin's mom?
No, the Titan.
I get what you're talking about.
The way that
they looked.
That and the way that she looked at him.
In the eye or whatever it was. The way she, like, the way her eyes were when she looked at him or whatever.
Yeah.
Which I think was just recognition.
Yeah.
Now, looking, hindsight 2020.
Right.
But I don't think that's a bad theory. That could be Armin's dad.
I've definitely this entire time, ever since I thought that about Annie, Titan Annie, thought that Armin's parents were out there somehow. Mm-hmm. Somehow. I missed those two words.
I was like, some hair.
I've mixed those two words.
Hit that Southern accent.
We've been doing this video for 55 minutes.
Some hair.
But yeah, like I've definitely felt like they're still out there. I feel like Aaron's dad is out there.
Isn't it weird though that we're 2 seasons deep, 37 episodes in, and really don't know anything about one of the main characters?
Yep.
That makes me question.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like there's so much to learn about a lot of them.
But it's Armin. It's not like it's Connie.
Yeah, but...
It's Armin. This dude's been dropping mad speeches. This dude's been an integral part of the whole show. Don't know anything. That shriek from episode 5 still haunts my soul.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes. His scream. Oh. Yeah.
I've never thought about it until we were just talking about it now. I was like, I really don't know anything about him at all. Mm-mm. And the stuff that we do know, hyper interesting. Don't know. Super care. So I think that's a good place to leave it, though, in our hour-long video.
Yeah.
Armin. What's up with that?
Mm-hmm.
Don't know.
What's up, dude?
Super care.
Top 3 favorite characters this season.
This season? Reiner, Bertolt, and Erwin.
Really?
Just because the Reiner Bertolt reveal, the wall reveal, and the battle right after the wall reveal, Bertolt's just a throw-in. Honestly, they should be ranked together. Like Bertolt wouldn't be in my top 3, but because of that reveal, it has to go Reiner Bertolt together. And then that ensuing battle, because that Reiner Erwin battle or Reiner Aaron battle, that was amazing. Was it not?
Yeah, it was.
Okay. And then Erwin just gets in for advance.
Yeah.
Like
I figured he'd be
immediately top 1 just for that moment. If I didn't attach Bertolt just because of that scene, my number 3 would probably be... It's going to be hard. Man, probably Aaron, because he finds out that he's the coordinate, and they finally kill the Titan that ate his mom.
Baller.
So, I say Erwin, Bertolt, Reiner on like a weird together twined thing. Less Bertolt, more Reiner, and then Aaron.
Okay.
What do you think? What are your top 3?
Levi.
Number 1?
Number 1.
Okay.
Ymir, Krista mix. Well, actually, Levi just because of No Regrets. Are we including No Regrets?
I'm not counting the OVAs for like the season.
Okay. So, Ymir, Krista is
it's technically in that season 1 anyway, because it's like before season 2 starts.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Ymir, Krista, Aaron.
In that order?
Ymir, Krista, can they be one?
Yeah, you can do that.
Sasha, Aaron.
Sasha above Aaron?
Well, in order. Oh, man, this is so hard.
I was really like, dang, Sasha got an episode, but Aaron's
really
the coordinate.
I'm really bad at this. Demir.
Also, Sasha
Ymir,
above
Krista.
Mikasa?
I'm thinking. Definitely
like
Ymir, Krista, and Aaron.
Okay. But I'm thinking Sasha. I'm thinking Colossal and Armored Titan.
Okay, so this is my official order. Ymir, Krista is 1, Aaron, Mikasa.
Mikasa. Okay.
Yes, because I had to think real fast. I had to go through and be like, right in my head.
Remember when we did that Jollibee, our very first Jollibee, and like we did our list, and then you're like, wait, I did it wrong, and then you did your list again, and it was the exact same as my list in the exact same order.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, is that what you said?
Is that what you said? Yes.
Oh. Okay, what was your favorite? Everybody knows my favorite moment of the show. I'm not gonna really get into it again or when, advance. What was your favorite moment of the show?
Your mirror reveal.
Your mirror reveal was your favorite moment?
Mm-hmm.
That was intense. That was super cool.
Well, the speech and then the reveal. Like what she said to Krista and then the reveal.
But which was better?
What?
Which was your number one? Was it the speech or the reveal?
It was all one thing. She did the speech, she jumped off, she revealed. And to me, that's all one grouping of things that happened that was like, oh my god. And then, of course, after that whole entire scene, then Krista running out to her, and she's like, I
basically that episode
name.
is
oh
the
my
best.
god!
So
and then she's like, my name is Astoria, and then Amira's like,
that overall, I know, was your greatest attachment this season.
Favorite moment.
Okay,
and that's why they're two my
do you have any other questions or any other things we can do? What do you think? I don't know. Like, it was easier last season when there were so many characters that we didn't know about or backgrounds. I think my biggest theories going into the next season is that could be Armin's dad. Mm-hmm.
Or it could be Aaron's dad.
See, I thought that originally, but the blonde hair just takes me away. If that's not Armin's dad, I feel like Armin's parents are still alive outside the wall, and they are part of or know what's going on with everything. Mm-hmm. So my theory, I guess, for next season is I'm hoping we get more Armin-related background and information about his parents and or maybe extended family. I don't know.
Yep.
What about you?
Wait, what were you saying? You said that,
like
what?
Theory or what you think is going to play a role in the next season, like...
I like the idea of Armin's dad being the Beast. I really like that.
Like, is there anything you're like, this is definitely going to happen next season, or what you really want to see next season?
I have no clue, like, what's going to happen. Like, I don't understand, I don't know who the Beast Titan is at all. I don't know, I'm trying to think. Will Ymir and Krista get back together? Because Ymir rode off.
Do you think they will? Is your theory?
Oh, yeah. I think that they definitely have to.
Okay.
I think, like, they definitely can't stay apart forever.
I think it'd be cool, and a lot of shows do this, where they'll spend, like, a whole season where they are apart, just talking about how they're apart.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, we got to figure out what happened. We got to get more backstory from Connie and her in his village. Mm-hmm. We've got to see that. And the mom and all that. Got to see that. We have to see Annie come out of her walnut.
The thing I'm looking most forward to is going to be the backstory of Bertolt, Reiner, Annie, and their village, the village people.
Yeah, like where they came from.
Their backstory in general.
Yeah.
That's the thing I'm looking most forward to. That and what?
Advance? I don't know.
Hashtag, what's in the basement?
Oh.
Hashtag, what's in the basement? Advance already happened. What do you mean?
Are
they going to advance again? Advance 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Well, you do advance.
I do hashtag, what's in the basement. That's the only hashtag. Hashtag,
whatever.
What's in the basement? Because it just teased us so long about the basement. We've been teased about it for a season and a half.
I've kind of just given up on the basement.
That's what I'm saying. It's been so long.
Well, they've tried to go to the basement and they didn't make it. Like,
I know that's what you got to get through. That's the adversity that they had to face.
I feel like they've already learned what they need to know. He's a coordinate.
To the basement. The answers are in the basement the whole time.
The answer was...
Coordinate.
The coordinate answer was Reiner just throwing it out there on the wall. He already has his answers. He don't need to go to the basement.
Yeah, but his dad would have been like, the answers are in the basement. And then it's like a picture like, hey kid, your friend is a Titan. You know, like, I don't think it'd be down there.
Well, it's like you're this coordinate. You can become this.
Yeah,
Titan,
but what does it do? What does it mean?
You can
what is it?
control.
Why is he that? What are the How did this become a thing? Who were the other people? Like, where did they come from? What are they? What are Titans? All next on Attack on Titan Season 3. All right, but we're going to finish this up. Thank you all for watching this over an hour-long video that I said hopefully it will not be an hour long, but it was. Luckily, we talked about Aaron much earlier, so that way we're already handled. Hopefully you enjoyed this. If you have more questions, leave them in the comments down below. Like it if you did, sub if you don't already. Shout out to our patrons who are watching the full version with you, because this is the full version goes up on YouTube.
They get it early.
They get it early.
Like a week early.
No, almost. About a half a week for this one, I think. But normally the videos all come up a week early.
5 days.
Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Well, this one's going to be 5 days early.
I thought we post this like in 2 days. I thought we post this Friday.
We haven't decided.
I think it's on the schedule. Well, whenever this gets posted, enjoy it. We don't know when this goes up, so it's a surprise for you as much as it is for us.
You're right. I think it's... Never mind. Ignore us.
False alarm.
False alarm.
We love you
Check
guys.
the community tab for more information.
We love you guys. We'll see you later. Bye.